Beep, 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 beep. This is extraordinary. Right, okay. Oh, God. Mouth was agape when this arrived, folks. Welcome to the court of the EDI Jester. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Subscribe, hit the button, become a warrior teacher. Yeah, all the usual, right? Here. The bloody civil service. For the love of God. I've never heard anything like this before in my life. It's extraordinary. I mean, I've seen the kind of crap they train in this EDI bloody nonsense. And you know that I have, right? Okay, so I was up to my neck in it, right? But this from the Telegraph. Oh my. Oh golly. Hold on to your knickers, right? Civil servants told... I still can't believe I'm reading this, right? Civil servants told they should yield power to the marginalised. Do you want to hear it again? They should yield power to the marginalised. Handout given to senior officials asks them to reflect on how actively anti-racist are you. This comes from the Telegraph. Stephen Edgerton, who we like, little bearded fellow, from the 20th of January. Civil servants in HMRC were told to yield power to the marginalised and that they unknowingly benefit from racism. This is, get it straight here, this is critical race theory, the totalitarian ideology from the likes of Ibram X. Kendi and Robin DiAngelo and Rennie Edo Lodge, these absolute awful people, right? And a handout given to senior officials published on the 6th of April 2021, but still in use as of last year, asks civil servants to take a moment to reflect on how actively anti-racist you are. The handout groups people into various anti-racist zones. Anti-racist zones. Sounds like an inclusive supermarket car park. The fear zone. Here's the first. The fear. Have fear. Am I a civil servant? You are. Fear. Bring the fear. The fear zone describes civil servants who deny racism is a problem, avoid hard questions, and strive to be comfortable and talk to others who look and think like me. Absolutely beyond the pale crackers, right? The learning zone is defined as when I educate myself about race and structural racism and understanding my own privilege in ignoring, condoning, condemning racism. So the learning zone is actually the indoctrination zone for critical social justice. How are these people still in a job? Here, I've just you've reminded me. Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce, right, wrote to me. A nice guy. He's a great guy, right? Because I used to be a member years ago. How you doing? That was essentially it. It was long-winded. Come and join us again, right? How you doing? And so I took their LGBTQ page of nonsense, which is full of homophobic tripe, right? And I said, do you want to know the reason I'm not a member anymore? The reason I don't want anything to do with you is because of this, right? There, I said it. If you want to know why, get back to me. So I sent it off. 24 hours later, I get an email saying, thanks, I've had a look at the page. We've taken it down. See, it's the small wins. They're worth having. I'm going to try and continue the conversation with Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce. We'll see. Right, so we've had the fear zone. Have fear. We've had the learning zone or the indoctrination zone. The power of Christ compels you. Right, okay. So there has to be more. Well, there is. Here comes the next one. Meanwhile, to be in the growth zone, which means growth towards critical race theory and totalitarian control. Meanwhile, to be in the growth zone, officials must sit with their discomfort. It's like somebody who's shat themselves and can't get out of the meeting. You will sit with your discomfort. There's poo in my pants. I don't care. You will sit with your discomfort. Sod it. They not only have to sit with their discomfort, they have to yield positions of power to those otherwise marginalised. Identify how they may unknowingly benefit from racism. So they're going to tell you how racist you are and how you benefit from racism. What you think doesn't matter. What you do doesn't matter. If this isn't totalitarian, what is, right? And the civil service push it. It's just insane. On so many levels. And they have to look in this growth zone. They have to surround themselves with others who think and look different than me. So what is that? Fat people? People with one leg. People who've had their left arm fused to their calf. It's just insane. And also, they must educate their peers how racism harms our profession. Whoa! Alka Siegel-Cuthbert, fantastic work there at the campaign group Don't Divide Us Now, director there, firebrand, really good. Told the Telegraph, skin colour is not an indicator of talent, competence or work ethic. Do you think? I agree. Which all are important, more important than markers of superficial diversity. Yielding positions of power is patronising and fuels resentment. Senior officials like HMRC Permanent Secretary Jim Harra should face a hard question of themselves. Why are they promoting or allowing such politically and ethically obnoxious beliefs about race within the civil service? This is a very good question, and I'd like to know the answer. To accept the assertion that we all have to be actively anti-racist means accepting a false description of British people and society as racist in general. True, right? True. Why should anyone accept such an insulting claim with little or no evidence? This kind of diversity breeds entitlement, fear and conformity. That's perfect, because it's the three different zones, isn't it? Entitlement, fear and conformity. It has no place in a democratic society, and I'm here on that, Alka. In November 2020, HMRC launched a race equity learning package. This is public money. They spent our money on this. A race equity learning package, which was mandatory for senior officials and encouraged among junior civil servants. The training included a 30-minute pre-reading session and a 2-hour workshop on race. An internal HMRC email seen by the Telegraph stated that between November 2020 and April 21, 17,000 civil servants completed the online learning and attended workshops as part of the race equality training. Furthermore, in November 2020, HMRC implemented its Race Equality Action Plan. That's interesting. I wonder if that's got anything to do with Advance HE. Anybody know? Is that anything to do with Advance HE? Which, according to an internal memo published in April 2021, was regularly discussed in monthly meetings with senior mandarins in the department. The plan, seen by this newspaper, urged all non-black, Asian and minority ethnic SCSs, senior civil service, leaders to become black, Asian and minority ethnic allies. It also advocated for mandatory active bystander training for all colleagues to enable civil servants to identify and call out racism. The plan pushed for unconscious bias to be recognised in HMRC training and policies. But yet, in December 2020, ministers banned unconscious bias training in the civil service after it found the practice to be ineffective and could have unintended negative consequences. There's more to it than that. Go and have a look. But the government haven't stopped it. The senior civil servants haven't stopped it. The middle management of civil servants haven't stopped it. That means the civil servants have got to stop it. I know it's hard. Get your evidence together. Join SEEN, the network. Because the truth of the matter is, all of this needs to be removed because the civil service needs to stop acting like a totalitarian socialist state in a state. Because that's what they're doing. Exactly the same as the NHS are. Have fear! We'll travel! I'll see you lot later.